G'day everyone, welcome back to Controlled Recoil. So, out for an evening mission at the moment. The main focus will be getting some pigs on the ground, hopefully. There's a lot of sign around. They're creating quite a bit of damage and it's getting pretty close to lambing time, so obviously we don't want them lurking around because they will eat the newborn lambs. So all in all, yeah, that's the plan. Quite a blustery sort of a day for it, so it'll be quite tricky to get the wind right, but you got to be in it to win it, so we'll carry on and yeah, see what we can find. Well, I'm just trying to get low and out of the wind. Pretty tempted to put a stalk on these deer and just see what else is there, but very tempting to take her. She's in quite good condition. But yeah, we'll go and have a look, see how close we can get. Well, that was pretty cool. She was right there. So maybe 10 meters. I know you probably can't tell that from looking through the trigger cam, but I'll take you there now. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, 7 step. She was standing right there. That's pretty cool. Hind and yearling. Could have shot her, but honestly, I just want to get on with the job really and get some pork. But yeah, I mean, hunting these pigs this time around is all about control really. So we need to get the numbers down, and they're just making so much damage. But it's always nice to get up close, and hopefully that footage came out, and yeah, bit of excitement. It's always good to practice a wee bit and know you still got it. But no, that's all right. We'll head up out of the scrub and get back to using the binos, I think. Oh well, it's getting a bit dark for the binos. It doesn't look like it on the camera because I've changed the settings, but it is actually, it's quite hard to identify anything at any sort of distance now. So yeah, it's going to have to jump out in front of us if we're going to get something. So a little bit gutted, you know, could have had the deer at the start of the hunt, but that's the gamble you take. You're not going to get a decent pig, not of any size anyway, if you start letting shots off. So yeah, anyway, there's probably not going to be any more action this evening at least, so I'm going to start heading back to the bike, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. So I'm just tucked away behind this bank at the moment because the wind is absolutely howling. Yeah, when I say that, like it's gale force. If you go to the ridge just behind me, it's actually really hard to stand up at times. So yeah, we're just going to have to be intelligent about where we look for animals and see what happens. But yeah, it'll be obviously a very hard day to get the audio right, and the camera's going to be wobbling and stuff like that as well. Just it's just the nature of it. But bear with me, I'm doing my best. But yeah, I'll be happy just to get onto something at the moment with this weather. Big storm front rolling in from the northwest at the moment, so yeah, we'll see how things go, but let's get into it. Well, it's certainly cooled down and the rain started, so at least we know the forecast is bang on. But yeah, hopefully look into some of these faces down here that are a bit more sheltered, and yeah, still hoping for something. lot more pleasant on this side of the ridge. You go over that side of the ridge right there and it is just howling. It's just about pierces your eyeballs with the rain, I think. So there's a couple of reasonably fresh, lots of pig digging down in here. So I'm going to spend a wee bit of time glassing this catchment. There's obviously something around, that's for sure. So I've just been glassing this catchment for a while and I've finally picked up a reasonable sized pig down the bottom of the valley there. Finally onto them. There's plenty of sign around. They had to be there somewhere. Now it's just a matter of getting all the way down there and making it happen. But it's just too far to take the shot from down here. It's going to have to go right around over to here. It was still a 500 yard shot from over there, so there's no way the old 308's making that shot in these conditions. So just have to get closer. Just noticed this falcon. Pretty cool to see. If he hadn't have moved his wing just at the wrong time, I wouldn't have seen him. But he got spotted. Hold for the head if it's standing facing that way, and then if it drifts, it'll be drifting into the chest cavity. Wait for that gust to go. Good night. Well guys, while there's a lull in the wind, I'll explain that, what I did there to work that shot out, because obviously I don't think the camera, with me lying down and all that wind going on, it probably didn't pick anything up. But to take that shot, so that was 305 yards, negative 11 degree angle. We're shooting almost due east, and we're using the 150 grain PPU factory ammunition at the moment, and I've got two profiles, so I can use my reloads or I can use that. They both shoot dead in line, so it's simply, one's just got a 200 yard zero, the other one's got a 185 yard zero. Two different profiles for your app, so it's easy. I can literally switch between the two and everything's all worked out. So that's great. These for some reason just shoot really well out of this rifle. And they seem to perform very well on solid game like pigs, so yeah, works really good. Obviously it's got its limitations for expansion out further, but out to that 400 yard mark it's fine. I wouldn't probably go far, past that, but out to that sort of distance it's good. But yeah, we have two winds here, so the one at my current position is going from right to left, the one at the target is going left to right. It's probably a little bit stronger over there, but I think it's only funneling down that side, so they're pretty much cancelling each other out. But I did go for a headshot because it's facing to the left. I aimed for a headshot because I had I thought that if I was to get the wind wrong, it was going to be the wind, obviously, that where I'm not, you know, so over at the furthest part of the shot, and it's obviously harder to judge because I'm not there, and it looked to me like it was stronger, so I thought if anything it was going to be drifting the bullet to the right. So by aiming for the head, it allowed 3.5 MOA, almost 4 MOA of drift, and to still get chest cavity. So you would have noticed my hash mark on my scope, about the 4th MOA was just situated behind its shoulder. So essentially it meant if I got it wrong, I had 3.5 to 4 MOA of leeway to still get a ethical shot and ethical kill. It would still hit vitals. So it may have actually been a perfect 2 winds cancelling each other out, because it looked like it went down just like that, so it may have actually been headshot, or he might have got it just perfect. But that's why I aimed for a headshot in that scenario, is I did expect, if I got it wrong, I expected it to drift to the right with that far wind being stronger. So yeah, usually I'll break, to make windage calls, I usually break it into 3 parts: your location, the centre of the shot, and then the farthest at the target or animal, whatever you're shooting at. And so by doing that, you have to remember, especially obviously not at these ranges, it's not quite the same, but when you really do take the long shots, the wind at target will affect your bullet. Even if it's the same, you know, mile per hour as where you are, it's going to have more effect, because your projectile's spending more time at the farthest end of the shot, because obviously it's slowing down over that time. So it spends far less time where, you know, closer to the shooting position than it does downrange. So that wind downrange, even if it was both 5 mile per hour winds, the one downrange is going to have a little more effect. We also have to remember that we're running a right hand twist rifle, so a wind coming from the left going to the right is going to have far more effect at blowing it than if it was going against your spin drift. Anyway, bit of trivia for you. We'll start heading over there, I guess. I can see a few animals down in here, so might give it a minute, and then recovery's on. Awesome. And then we are going all the way up over that skyline. Fun times. Couple of goats just up here, and a couple of real nice young ones, so might bowl some of them for meat, and the pig should just be just above them. Alrighty, it's quite hard with all the scrub, so might get in close to take these ones. Got into about 25 yards here and a clean headshot there, so plenty of meat on that one, which is good. And then yeah, pig's just up here, so that's perfect. We'll grab them, and then it must be about lunchtime, I reckon. Might have a boil up, and yeah, time for a coffee and some steak. Awesome. So I've positioned that as nice as I can, that YouTube won't cut me off on this one, but yeah, it's pretty messy. This is obviously straight through the head, and the exit's considerable, but perfect young little goat. It'd be great eating. So yeah, we'll haul it out and deal to this one. Perfect. So it must be just here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Big sow. She's pretty bony. I'll have a look at her, eh? Well, she wasn't going to go anywhere. Right behind the ear. Perfect. She's pretty scabby. Flies already into her. Man, crazy. She's certainly changing from winter. There's a few of them about. Alrighty. We might cut her open and see what we can salvage. So selected this spot to have a bit of a cook up, and we got the creek right there, which is quite helpful. A little bit of a breeze, put some rocks around it I think, and then we've got a great dead tree that's just dropped right here, and another couple of dead branches, so plenty of firewood. And yeah, we'll get a coffee on the go and cook up some meat and yeah, have some lunch, soak it all in. That one there will be a good starter, I reckon. Now that's building an ember, we'll get to dealing with the meat and skin that off and straight in the pan. I'm getting smoked out by the fire here, it's following me around, but couple of things I always like to take into the bush with me. One's coffee, obviously, bit of seasoning, smoky, some honey, and butter. So it covers cooking, but it's also good energy food if something goes wrong. I have to move away from this fire, I think. There you go, bit of salt and pepper, bit of butter. That is amazing. Weather's still a bit rough, but that is not half bad. A very underrated meat in my opinion. Goat's fantastic. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. A little bit different with the campfire and stuff like that, but just a bit of stuff that I usually get up to that doesn't always get filmed. But yeah, it's a great feeling. There's nothing more free than hanging out around a campfire in the middle of nowhere, eating something that you've just hunted. So pretty awesome. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. You've made it. You've done pretty well if you've made it to the end of the video. So yeah, thanks for all the support, and we'll catch you on the next one. You'll see if I get anything on the way out on the next video. So yeah, cheers guys, stay safe out there.